from a lab. How about
And reading.
and reading? Great. That's a good thing to like.
My house is literally a library.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's awesome. What are your favorite kind of books to read?
Did I ever want to begin?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't read those yet.
Finished. Wait. 1 o'clock. Starting. Wait, no. Computer lab.
Computer lab, cool.
And I do computer lab until 2 or 5.
Oh, and what do you do in computer lab?
Fast math and flip.
Oh my gosh. What's fast math?
Fast math is a game to help you study your times tables.
Cool.
Everybody does it.
Cool. Okay. So. These guys don't line up perfectly, but they're pretty close. Can you guys see? So, these are kind of the areas of abnormality in here, and through here, the areas that are kind of bright. Brighten it up a little. They're a little more similar. So, you can see, all this really, and this is going back 2 years, looks the same. You can see kind of the same area here, all that kind of contour of everything looks, really looks the same, extending kind of over here, all that stable, this little area of tissue here, all that stuff, really looks, essentially exactly the same and has continued, to be that way. The areas of contrast, so this is the part that takes up dye, and this is the one where they're not perfectly lined up. I think we sliced through just a slightly different kind of point there. But if anything, there's less contrast or less dye uptake than there was here, although I think that's honestly probably just a little bit of a reflection of kind of where they sliced. This part of it looks similar here. You can see kind of that outline is just a little bit fainter. And sometimes the timing of when exactly they gave the dye can affect that just a little bit. But all that, that's kind of that stable little linear part there.
So the one side is from
So this is from
years ago?
This is from 2012, from February 2012, and then this is from today.
Okay.
So everything really looks great. You can see some of the
That was 2 years ago.
Okay. So, and if we look at the one before and we look at when we compare it to a couple of different ones, but I think, sometimes with these slower going tumors, it's always important to go back over a longer period of time.
Right.
Because sometimes they can creep along, and if you just look at one to the next, you can kind of miss that change. And so we always kind of look at the last one, but then we also go back, a year or 2 or 3, to kind of compare.
So can you compare it to like the original when we first started?
Sure.
Yeah? I guess it wouldn't show any changes.
So I think, if my recollection is that she actually did get a little smaller in treatment, so I think it actually was.
Wow.
Yeah, so here you can see, and again, I think relatively similar, although I think if we measure this, it may actually measure a teeny bit smaller. But
I'm eating the dough.
So do you think the chemo would have continued to shrink it, or
no,
did that all it was
to be
going
honest,
to?
it's kind of looking here, this part is pretty stable here. That's all pretty stable. Some of those changes. So, this part just seems a little thicker to me, but we could measure, that seems to kind of, this space was a little more compressed back in there and kind of bowed back out into this space a little bit more. But overall, it's relatively similar. So I think it may have shrunk things just a little bit.
I remember, I think the last time I was here, the doctor saying that it seemed, we thought maybe it was flexible a little. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That it could have.
Yeah, kind of changed in shape a little bit. So, yeah. So, but I think the important thing is that over certainly certainly the time since we stopped therapy, things have really been very stable. So, which is great.
Yay.
Okay.
Yay, good.
Now we know even thinking about kind of going to long-term follow-up, it doesn't mean we won't still look, but the chances of it kind of growing have become less and less with everyone. Sorry, this still once again.